Like, well, what are we doing here? Well, today we're gonna be playing some Chicken Police. Paint It Red. I never played this game, but I know it's like a noir style game, so I think that'll be interesting, in my opinion. So we're definitely gonna be trying that out. And let's see how it goes. Ooh.
I ran out to get a pack of cigarettes.
Like
But
a
I
chicken
left
driving a
my
car.
wallet
Love
at
it.
home.
On brand.
Yeah, that's me. I'm getting old. My name is Sonny Featherland, an investigator for 20 years, and once the star of the predatory division of the Clawville Police Department, one half of the legendary Chicken Police. But buying a pack of smokes is more than I can handle right now. Maybe I should just lay low.
I was no longer
Still,
recording.
what do I expect? We're living in a vast experiment and don't even notice that everything got clucked up a long time ago. We believe in this wonderland of peaceful coexistence. Wolves and sheep, chickens and hounds. Yeah, sure, why not? It's just ridiculous. The dog eats the chicken. It's in our nature. I'm not propping up the illusion anymore. 121 days, and it's over. Retirement.
Sounds nice. Sounds mighty nice.
What could possibly go wrong?
What could go wrong? That is a great question. Nothing. It's just so weird, human bodies with just animal heads.
Crap. My office lock is a piece of shit if a dame can pick it. She stood in the darkness. The light painted stripes on her body. It whispered secret little things that were never there in the first place. But she was no zebra. Reality was just a light switch away. Elizabeth or Charlotte? I was sure she'd have a sophisticated sounding name. She had a bygone look in her eyes, older than this ancient building, and perhaps the whole city itself. Or maybe I'm just drunk. But she was the first womanly thing in my place for a long time, so I had to give her a chance.
That sounds lonely. Oh, okay. We're moving. Are we moving? Oh, it's just okay. I don't know anything about this game, so we're checking things out. Don't like that we're getting skipped frames. What the frick? Why are we getting skipped frames? Alright, well, let's try this out. Try this on for size.
I don't even know where the key is. Whatever's inside is gonna stay there forever.
Okay.
We used to be star cops a few years ago. Tabloid press, radio interviews, and even a book series. I don't miss those days. Of course, Marty, my old partner, would disagree. He just loved the spotlight.
Classic. Classic partners.
The
Wild gentlemen.
Those guys rebuilt the city after the Great Fire of 867. My heroes when I was a little chick. I'm starting to think they should have left Clawville as it was, burned to the ground.
That's sad.
This is one of the most beautiful memories from my old life, before Molly left me and took our daughter.
Aw, sad.
The good things in life don't last long. The best ones always leave first. I saw that in the window of a shoe store. I never understood it, or what it had to do with shoes.
M.B.
M.B. Davis, the eternal king of jazz. The photo is from the days of jazz prohibition. I only heard the old man live one time, but I'll never forget that night. And not only because I woke up at the harbor without my gun, my badge, and my pants.
Alright. Ooh, light switch. Alright, what do we got over here? The wilderness.
I wanted to travel the world when I was a kid, but I think I'm gonna end up dead in here whether I like it or not.
Yeah, it's sad. A typewriter, phone, pile of papers. Ooh, cheap. Oh, cheap whiskey. Can't go with cheap.
I promised myself I'd write a novel one day.
Well, what happened to that?
Books I'm never gonna read. Maybe nobody ever has. I don't even know what these papers are. Every whiskey has the same color nowadays, at least in this price range.
Oh. What happens if I call 911? Oh, it won't let me. I have to do, it looks like a 6-digit number. Lame. Okay, let's look in the drawer. Got my gun. Got my last cigarette. Don't smoke, kids. Police badge.
My wallet and my badge. The wallet is real. The badge ain't. Chief Bloodboil took mine. So I got this one out of a pack of cornflakes. Just in case.
Oh, it's in my body.
My last cigarette. You're lucky I don't have a light, pal.
Ah, but I'm putting it in my inventory.
So dangerous that I need to grab my gun, but you never know.
You never know. Truer words have never been spoken. Alright, let's talk to this chick. Yeah, that would have been funny if she was actually a chicken. Okay. Oh.
Who is this dame, anyway?
Oh.
And what the cluck is she doing in my apartment on
What
New
the
Year's
cluck?
Eve?
It's New Year's Eve. Go home.
Let me introduce myself. My name is Deborah.
Deborah.
Miss Deborah Ibanez.
Ibanez. She said it weird. Raul
You're
Ibanez.
mistaken, ma'am.
What?
Oh, really? Please enlighten me, Mr. Featherland.
So weird to look at. Like, he looks fine because he's wearing just like, you don't see any arms or anything, but you see just human arms and everything from her. It's
I'm
just
not
weird.
a private eye. I'd recommend Mr. Philmar Lowe instead of me. He's a nice guy.
Believe me, Mr. Featherland, it's not an accident I came to you.
Oh.
Look, miss, I work for the police, and I'm currently on leave. I couldn't accept private commissions even if I wanted to. Not even from a classy dame like you.
Am I that easy to read?
Oh, she turned away.
That's my job. But tell me, since you've invited yourself in, would you like a drink?
Sorry, I'm drinking something myself.
I don't usually drink.
But it's New Year's Eve, lady. You gotta celebrate.
Well, I've gotta have one. And it'd be rude of me to drink alone. So, maybe some sherry?
Some sherry.
If you insist. But bourbon, please.
Oh, for someone who doesn't usually drink, bourbon's a mighty weird taste.
Thank the wild ones. That's all I have.
What a coincidence.
What a coinkydink.
So come on, spill it from the beginning.
Oh, and movie time. Cheers. I wasn't from the beginning. Do I need to talk to her again? Or...
That's better. Now, if I understand correctly, your mistress is receiving threats. What kind of threats, exactly?
It's a very strange matter. First, there were letters.
Is it
Then
moving more
came
than it
printed
was
on a
last
wine
time?
bottle's label, sent as a gift, then carved into a brick, thrown through the window, and finally, they painted it on the wall of the house in giant red letters.
It's a very strange matter. First, there were letters and it came printed on a wine bottle's label, sent as gifts, then carved into a brick. Okay.
I think it's time to dig a little deeper. If you don't mind, I'd like to ask you some routine questions.
Please.
Why is he pointing
That's
like
why
that?
I'm here.
Like he's almost accusing her of pointing like that. New function, questioning.
Just a bunch of useless crap in there. Murky brown swill. I should improve my standards.
Indeed you should. That's my bedroom, apparently. Alright, well, let's go back to talking to her. Subject. John, focus on what you know about the subject. Is he or she suspicious? Concentrate on that. Focus. This fellow is rather suspicious. I need to concentrate on that. Focus. Suspicious. Impression. Suspicious. Detective meter. Alright. Is he suspicious? I am suspicious. Why are you suspicious? What? Gather impressions from the suspect. Every impression as a new question. Line. Okay. So many options. Alright. Detective meter is your best friend. It shows how well the questioning is going. Keep it on the positive side. Okay. Okay. I like that. Detective meter is your best friend. Okay, yeah, same thing. Okay.
I must be cautious and smart. This dame seems shy, which I can use to my advantage. But I must be careful about what I say to her, or I could scare her off. Let's start gently, and when the time comes, we can go in hard.
Okay. Why are we grilling her? Who exactly are you, ma'am? Okay, so that's the only question. I must be cautious and smart. Okay, that's the same thing he just said. All right,
Who
this is all we
exactly
have.
are you, ma'am?
I'm not somebody important, Mr. Featherland.
You're
Okay.
important enough to deal with such a delicate matter, right?
I carry out the wishes of my employer, nothing more. This means simple paperwork, most of the time.
You've been thrown into deep water, sweetheart. Tell me, can you even swim?
Believe me, this is just as unpleasant for me as it is for you, if not even more.
Okay. Tell me, which part of the city do you live in? You're not very confident. Are you sure you're all right? So shy and doubtful. Okay, that's how I know which one I'm selected on. He seems shy. Wish I can use to my advantage, but I must be careful about what I say to her, or I could scare her off. Let's go with let's go with the city. Or like, where do you live?
Tell me, which part of the city do you live in? Calavera Hills? Flowerville, maybe?
Look, I don't want to answer that. I'm here on behalf of my employer, and not on personal business.
Okay.
Fair point, Deborah. Let's try a different approach.
Why did you have to visit me on this particular evening? Stop playing the fright and pray. Okay, that seems a little much.
Why did you have to visit me this particular evening?
I have my reasons. I may look like a silly little fawn, and maybe I am, but I still have common sense.
I don't doubt that for a second, Miss Ibanez.
This day is essential to my mistress, and she thought it's also important to you.
A message in itself, for sure. But to be honest, even you are.
You know what? I'll just take that as a compliment, even if it wasn't meant as such.
Okay, plus 10. We're good. We're moving on. All right, I must be cautious. Okay, so shy. Start chilling. Go in, or were you born and raised in Clarville? We don't need to ask that. Do you even know what you want? Stu, why did you come
Why
to
did
visit
you
me?
come to visit me? Why not your employer herself?
My employer is Miss Natasha Katsenko. She hasn't been leaving her home lately, only if she really has to.
How so?
Alright, new person. How so?
Miss Natasha is afraid. She's scared because of those unwanted messages, and everyone knows who she is.
So she's that kind of woman.
I don't know what you mean.
Of course you do, Deborah. Thank you, by the way.
Deborah.
We're finally getting somewhere. We avoided the point long enough. Deborah's hiding something, no question. Let's focus on that.
Are you toying with me? What do you want from me? How did you get this address? What exactly did you expect by coming here to meet me? I'm debating on what do you want from me and what exactly do you expect by coming here to meet me. I think I'm gonna go with this one.
What do you want from me?
Me?
Oh, don't be silly, Deborah. I mean your employer. I was just talking to myself out loud.
Well, Miss Katsenko thinks you're a great detective, and you're also reliable.
Aw,
That's
shucks.
why I came.
Did she also give you the lockpick?
Please, could you let this go? I'm really embarrassed.
Oy.
Sorry, sweetheart. I'm just teasing you. As soon as I saw you, you were forgiven.
That's very nice of you.
It has nothing to do with being nice, Deborah, but you're welcome.
Alright. That seems really random. We avoided the point line off. Deborah's hiding some. Have you ever felt truly vulnerable? Seems like a weird question to ask. So we're gonna go with this one. Don't you think this whole thing's a
Don't
little
you think this whole
suspicious?
thing is a little suspicious?
Look, Santino, I'll explain everything.
I have no doubt about that. You look just the type, sweetheart. No offense.
I'll take that as a compliment. Or maybe I'll act like I haven't heard it.
You see, we're starting to
You
understand each
see?
other.
Clean, what's the point of all this? I'll go with this.
If you won't come clean, what's the point of all this?
But, Mr. Featherland,
I'm sorry, sweetheart, but I'm way too old for this game.
please, just think again. For me and my mistress's sake.
Okay, apparently that was the wrong thing to ask.
Tell me,
I did
Deborah,
not think that
why
was
should
gonna
I
be the
believe
case.
you at all?
Because my mistress trusts you.
Should that be enough?
If you really like what she thinks you are, then yes.
Damn, what can I say to that?
Look, I didn't mean to back you up against the wall.
But you did. You did do it.
You have a way with words, sweetheart. Did you ever want to be a cop?
No, not for the world.
Heh, smart answer.
I'll most likely be doing light editing for this game, and like my plan is I should have done this in the intro. I don't know why I didn't, but I plan on releasing a few episodes, like maybe 30-minute episodes type of thing, depending on how long this game actually takes. But we'll see. But it'll be very lightly edited. No point in doing what I normally do in this type of game. It's going to be more like a walkthrough style. So. Let's have some fun with it. All right. Okay. Be honest. Tell me what you.
Be
That's the only thing
honest
you can
and
do.
tell me what you're so afraid of.
You know, Mr. Featherland, my mistress's partner is Hobart Wessler. Or as most people know him,
Ibn Wessler.
Ibn
the Kingpin.
exactly.
Oh. He's a mouse.
Feathery gods, help me.
So you get it now.
The secrecy.
The secrecy.
To put it mildly, I think I understand it all. Wessler. This little piece of the puzzle changes everything.
Changes it. Woo! True detective. Yeah, I'm so good at this guy. The legendary chicken police back in action. Still a bit weary, but untarnished. Good work. Important clue. The employer, Natasha's current significant other, is the infamous gangster, Ibn Wessler. Why would I retry? Let's continue. Alright, now what? Do I talk to her again?
Why don't you take it to the police? Just go there and file a report. Photos, flashing lights, fingerprints, you know the drill. The evidence is very clear. Even a moderately talented detective could easily wrap this case up. Or just try the phone. 555-111.
Please, take a look at this.
Well, okay. Let's see.
Alright, how do I look at my inventory? Oh, okay. Right on the D-pad. Inventory. Here you will store all the essential items throughout the case. She gave me the Czar Club. I know Molly very well. Please note this when deciding whether or not to accept my assignment. Miss Ibanez, or Bonniez as it should say, is a trusted friend. Treat her as a gentleman. Okay. I know Molly very well. Who's Molly? Oh, Molly. But she left me. Why? Okay.
I know Molly very well. Please note this when deciding whether or not to accept my assignment.
I didn't know
Miss
that did that.
Ibanez is a trusted friend. Treat her as gentleman. N.
Okay.
I felt like I'd been hit on the back of my head with a blackjack. Reality tilted. Molly. Good gods. What was her name doing there? I glanced at the opposite wall with the well-worn picture frames. Like an eternally dark hole in the wall. A missing piece. She was wearing a light silk dress and singing a lullaby. The waves caressing her beautiful long legs. Why Molly? Why now?
Mr. Featherland?
It's like, oh.
Santino, are you all right?
What the hell is this supposed to mean?
I don't know anything, Mr. Santino. My mistress told me to give this to you. She said you'd understand. Don't you?
Oh, of course I understand, Miss Ibanez. I get it very well. But this case is becoming more and more confusing. It's starting to look like blackmail.
Blackmail?
Don't play innocent with me.
But...
What?
All right. When can I visit?
Visit? Me?
Not you. Miss Katsenko.
Oh, yes. You can find her at the Tsar Club.
The Zal Club?
Didn't you tell me she's not the social kind? That she's especially unsociable? Or does she only like loud and crowded clubs?
No, she's really not like that. But she owns the place.
Judging by the flyer, it must be a very busy club, especially on New Year's Eve, right?
I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding Miss Katsenko, but there's one small problem,
Oh, dear.
Mr. Featherland.
Let me guess. Mr. Wessler better not know about my visit.
Exactly. How did you know?
It's common.
20 years
Yes.
experience, ma'am. Oh, and please, call me Sonny.
Call me Shunner.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Sonny.
I'll talk about the rest with Ms. Katsenko in person. A good friend of mine would be happy to take you home if you'd like.
I'd appreciate that, Sonny.
Who is this guy? Sheesh. Alright, personal info. We got clues. Let's look at the clues, everybody. In our handy-dandy notebook. Notebook is okay. Pathfinder here. You gather vital information about the case, suspects, or victims, and the locations you will visit. How does it work? Click on any text or picture in your notebook to read the translated version in your language. Okay. The victim, a lady, is the target of some strange threats. All of them are written. Mysterious messenger, Miss Deborah Ibanez. Employer is a certain Miss Natasha. Where Natasha significant others. Ibn Ishwar Ibn. I'll find Natasha there. Natasha must know my wife Molly from somewhere, or perhaps she's a very good informant. Alright. I just want the I want that icon to go away. 13 people? That's good. How do I go to that next category? Okay. There's a thing on the bottom that tells me what button to push. I should look at that. Alright, we got Deborah. Just gonna click on her. Oh, sheesh. So much information. Alright, what do we have for personal info? The player from Miss Deborah Ibanez, allegedly. Okay. Currently the girlfriend of the notorious gangster. We know that. And she owns the SAR Club. Alright. What? Oh yeah, there we go. And Lewis? Who's Louis? Alright. Lucy Hayworth, Rabbit. Oh, they even have the Latin terminology. Male, an old friend of mine. He is stuttering heavily when he talks. Oh. Lewis, the owner of one reputable Atlas Hotel and a good old friend of mine. At the moment, he's my landlord. It's only the two of us living in this unbelievably enormous hotel. I said that weird. He's crazy about detective stories, and he gladly helps me whenever I ask him. Aw, that's very nice of him. Lewis' number is 555. Okay, I need to call him, I'm guessing. So remember that, 932. Over Ibn Muslim species. Okay. One of the most well-known gangsters of Clawville, real estate mogul, bank director, museum owner, distiller, smuggler, and information broker. That's a lot of hats. And that's only the half of what I've heard about him. And that's only half. That's only the half. Okay, I said that right at first. It sounded weird, so I thought I said it wrong. He has his dirty little paws everywhere in the city's underworld. Let me click on this so I can get rid of it. Alright, next category, we got the place. Hotel Atlas, which is where I'm living, and SAR Club. One of the most famous nightclubs in the city. Owners of the juiciest booties, okay, and hardest hits. Frequent the place, and it's famous for not serving cops, except if they're knee-deep in the dirts. Oh, interesting. Alright, Codex. The Chicken Police, Chicken Police famous detective duo, Santino Sonny's, and Marty McChicken gained fame through a case the press called the Bloody New Year's Eve. Ooh. They flew high for almost 10 years. Sorry, I'm clicking just because of the flashing. They flew high for almost 10 years when a fateful brawl put an end to their legend. There's a series of novels about them by Meredith H. Marble. They had published 10 books over the course of 7 years before the series faded out of public interest, as did the Chicken Police itself. Alright, we're not going to read all of this. Okay. Let's move on. Alright, 932. Oh, that was nice. It actually popped up and I decided to remove it. 9. Come on, 3, and come on, 2. Okay, I was like, what else do I have to press?
Hey, Lewis. Am I bothering you?
No, of course not, Sonny. Old friend, what's up?
Could you come over? I've got a favor to ask if you're not busy.
For you, anything. Just a minute.
Definitely stutters. A lot.
Lewis arrived a few minutes later. He lived in the rooms above, so it wasn't difficult getting here. Not to mention that he's a rabbit. It was a quick hop. The Atlas Hotel was his inheritance. It was once a well-renowned place, but not anymore. The last economic crisis ruined it. And now, besides me, he was the only resident of this enormous place.
That's sad. Oh, I can zoom. Okay, that's weird. Wow. Oh, you can do quick zoom. Single press and then held down. Seems kind of like the same thing. Alright, we turn off the light switch? Oh, let's talk to Lewis first.
Thanks for being so quick, Lewis. Can you drive Miss Ibanez home? I have some things to take care of.
Why is he wearing gloves as well?
Of course, Sonny. You know, anything for you.
Thank you for being so considerate, Sonny. I appreciate it.
Don't mention it.
Goodbye, then.
So long, Deborah. Before I visit the club, I have to take a detour.
Oh.
I've got a feeling that this case isn't going to be a one-man job.
Oh.
And there's only one bird in this city I can trust. My ex-partner, Marty. He's going to be at the station. I can only hope he'll be willing to talk to me.
Ooh.
The good old rabbit. I can always count on him, even on New Year's Eve. Why do I have the feeling these big Bambi eyes would get me into trouble?
Yeah. Let's see, can we
Could I
talk to
ask
her?
you a few more questions, Deborah?
Feel free, Sonny.
Oh. You can ask her more questions? Sure.
I've already told you more about myself than I wanted to.
Afraid you'll get your hands dirty?
I'm afraid I already did. I've already told you
Oop,
more about
I did
myself
not mean to
than
do
I
that.
wanted.
Afraid you'll get your hands dirty?
Press this button. Oh, thank you. That's why. Okay.
I'm afraid
Okay, I get you. Okay.
Do you think my whereabouts aren't a secret?
Do you think they ever were?
Well, I was hoping.
Clawville is a big city, but not so big that Santino Featherland can hide in it.
Oh, please. Flatter me more.
Sonny, I've already told you what I
Okay,
know.
okay.
I've never read the message. My job was to give it to you and nothing more.
I don't believe you, ma'am.
You really are this innocent, aren't you?
I'm not sure I get what you mean.
Let me give you some advice, sister. Leave the city and get as far as you can from the likes of Ibn Wesler.
It's not so simple, Mr. Featherland. My mistress needs me.
Is she really that important to you? That you drive around in the dead of night to questionable places to deliver messages you know absolutely nothing about?
I would do more than that for her.
Aw.
I see. You're smooth.
Real
Real smooth.
Thank you.
Love his voice.
Mr. Featherland.
Sonny, please. Just Sonny.
I've already been through that part. Alright.
I can always count on you. Thanks, old buddy.
Don't even mention it, my friend.
You got anything planned for today?
I thought I'd visit a nightclub.
Oh.
New Year's Eve, after all.
Well, I didn't mean to hold you up.
I'll ask a favor of you someday.
I owe you a lot of those, don't I?
That's true. I don't deny it.
Alright. Go to the
Behind
bedroom.
that door lies the kingdom of dirty clothes, cigarette butts, and empty bottles.
Alright, how do we exit this place then? Light switch maybe? Alright, how do we exit this place? Oh, map maybe. Main scenes. The main scenes move the story forward. These scenes will also determine which locations open up or close down. You need to complete all of these if you want to beat the game. Limited scenes are open for a specific duration, which is determined by the main story's progression. If you are a completionist, be sure to visit all of them before you move to the next main scene. Closed scenes. Closed scenes cannot be reached for the time being. The state will often change throughout the story progression and can be temporary or permanent. Top tip. Pick the next main scene if you're absolutely sure you don't want to visit any of the available limited scenes anymore. You may not be able to visit them later. Alright. We got Clawville PD. Oh. I did not mean to close that. Alright, so it looks like this is the only place I can travel as of right now. We're going there.
It was New Year's Eve, and I was driving, half drunk, risking my whole life's work. But still, it didn't feel any different. Every day was the same. And the 121 days I had left till my retirement seemed like an eternity. When I look out the window of the hotel room I call home,
I like the
I see the
color.
same thing every day.
Little splash
A woman
color.
in a red nightgown dances slowly in circles to smooth music. The 9 o'clock show, with a glass of cheap bourbon and the red gown with the silent music. In the meantime, the proud city of Clawville is slowly eating itself alive. And we're still here,
Santino Featherman.
with nothing left to lose but our sanity.
Marty McChicken.
While others, the smart ones, had already gone.
And
Molly.
Natasha.
Does her name really upset me this much? All those years of solitude, and I still jump without question every time I hear it. And then there's Marty, my ex-partner, who hates me.
Oh.
But I know I have to speak with him, no matter what. Why do I feel like the past is watching me on this goddamn night?